Hey everybody, welcome to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Mike Catalana along with Dan Fetes. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Dan, this team's pretty good.
Not bad. Not too bad on Monday night.
Yeah, the issue for this team, if there was one coming into the year, was they haven't won close games. They had 5 close games and lost them all. I guess the plan is, just don't have close games.
Yeah, that's it. This team has won, you said, their last 20 regular season games by at least 10 points. Since the last 2 years, they have had 13 wins of 14-plus points. The next closest team is the Tampa Bay Bucks. They have 8.
Yeah.
They are lapping everybody in these blowout games.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting hearing Von Miller after the game talk about what their mindset is coming into the game, not just to win.
It is to dominate, and he said they have a bunch of killers on this team, and that takes it to another level. Von is the perfect amount of childish energy while sage wisdom. He talked about how he was asked about the Super Bowl expectations and the pressure. We've joked around about it, that like, hey, it's September. We went around to a lot of you guys we saw at the Bills tailgate. Appreciate it. It was great to take all the selfies with you. And they're like, yeah, we're not worried about the Super Bowl yet. But Von said thinking about the Super Bowl right now is like trying to take a drink out of a fire hose. He goes, it's too much. He goes, it's a 17-week season. Yeah. But maybe there wasn't enough hype about this team.
No, and I mean, when you look at them offensively, we're going to get to the negative parts, and that involves the injuries. But let's talk about the biggest part. When Stefon Diggs and Josh Allen are going like this, and I asked Josh, I said, you know, you and Diggs have always had great chemistry, but has it taken another step? And he was like, you know, he gave that Josh kind of answer. Yeah. But look at them now. I mean, Diggs toyed with the Titans in this game. He hit them for 3 touchdowns, all different types of plays. Diggs can do anything. Allen will find him.
And it's not only that, it's without Gabe Davis, so you knew there was going to be extra attention on Diggs.
Was there extra attention on Diggs?
It didn't matter. That's the point, is that, and Diggs talks about how he felt he needed that to be that leader, that body language even more, without Gabe Davis, like what they were going to do. And I think he knew that the attention was going to be on him, and it was short passes, it was deep passes, it was slant routes, it was backyard football plays, it was everything. And this relationship, I feel like we keep asking them, like, does it keep getting better? And they give us these, oh, you know, we're just trying to improve. It is getting better. This is unbelievable.
Yeah. I asked Diggs about that very thing. You scored 3 touchdowns. Everybody likes the deep ball, right? Yeah. It's like hitting the home run. And he did enjoy it, and Dan has a tremendous shot from down on the field. If he did. He got a really good one. But he caught 3 different touchdown passes. Yeah. One when he ran around, and Josh found him. Another one on a slant, and then the deep ball. And he said, if you're going to be a number 1 receiver, you got to do that. You got to be open for your quarterback. And he goes, and I got a quarterback who will find you. Look, back in the day, Jim Kelly, who was out here, you saw him pregame and all, he and Andre Reed had great connections. And then he got that with James Lofton and those guys. I mean, they were tremendous players. But I've never seen Bills teams, I have to say it. There was a little moment there was Doug Flutie and Eric Moulds. Moulds had his career year. Like, there's something there. But Diggs and Allen, it's another level. I mean, they are in sync from start to finish of every game.
And it's not, like I said, I thought that Tennessee secondary would be ripe for the picking today. Young secondary, I thought they could expose them. But they did it last week against Jalen Ramsey. Like, you can't sit there and say, like, oh, well, they didn't do it against the best. Like, they did it against a Rams defense. They've done it again, and they just continue to grow. And I want to make one point.
Yeah.
If we move kind of to negative things. I think Ken Dorsey follows me on Twitter because I said it's a waste of a down for the Bills to run it, so they stopped. And they lit them up.
Yeah, they threw the ball, and they were moving it well.
Their runs are the 3-yard slants that go for 7 yards to Diggs.
Well, Singletary had a nice run early. That was it. Okay, now let's move to the other side. Can we call them the Splash Brothers now? Tremaine Edmonds got a sack, got a tackle behind the line. He was running. He was playing, to me, more instinctive football in this game. Made a nice play on Derrick Henry. And then Matt Milano takes it to the house.
Yeah, this was a smothering defense. I thought that the Titans would be limited offensively, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily easy.
Yeah.
But the Bills' defense really was able to. It helped when the Bills' offense got ahead. Complementary football that McDermott always talks about. Able to shut down Derrick Henry early, get confidence with that defense, and I think it just continued to grow.
Yeah, Derrick Henry was a total non-factor in this game. I got to tell you, I love the play Christian Benford made. He dragged him down the side.
Yep.
He kept the edge, and then he brings down Derrick Henry for a 4-yard loss. Kair Elam had a big tackle also on Henry in this game. Those two kids. Now, they're going to get tested next week in Miami, no question about it.
Yep.
But this team played with an edge. They keep telling us it didn't matter. Derrick Henry lit him up last year. Yeah. I know some of you don't want to count the 76-yard touchdown, but it did count. But they totally shut him down and made it. And then Poyer got the pick, even though he should have had 2. Milano got a pick, even though he should have had 2. I mean, they just dominated the game defensively.
Jordan Phillips may be the most disruptive player outside of Von Miller on this team.
Yeah.
And you talk about we talk about the acquisition of Von Miller, and yes, that's massive. I was thinking about it, the way that Jordan Phillips, it's not Aaron Donald. It's not Aaron Donald. But he is playing Pro Bowl caliber defensive tackle because he is not only stopping the run, he is that guy that they always talk about. And Ed has done it at times, but it's that pressure up the middle that quarterbacks absolutely hate, and he is looking like an edge rusher on the inside.
Yeah. Now we got to talk about the negative thing. First of all, you're down there on the field. The Dane Jackson thing is scary.
Yep.
I mean, anytime that happens, the ambulance comes out. What did it feel like down there? We watched it and saw everybody come out, but you know, you can tell by looking at those players when it's different than just a regular injury.
Yeah, and like I said, the hush falls over the stadium, and you're kind of hoping to maybe he'll roll over, maybe he'll get up, and then when you start to see the cart and the ambulance come out, it's Sean McDermott said it best. You go from a football coach to a human being, and it's a surreal moment to see anybody loaded into an ambulance.
Yeah. Now, on the plus side, moving his extremities, I think I'm not just saying it was just precautionary, but when there's a neck injury like that, they are not going to take any chances. They put him in the brace, put him in the stretcher. Jordan Poyer said afterward that he got a text from Dane
both of him,
and Hyde, who both said they're okay. Now, okay is okay.
Right.
I mean, you're just hopeful for their good health.
Right.
But there is a football side, so if for just a second we can move to that, these are two very important players to this team going forward. Everybody wants to enjoy this win, and they should enjoy the win. But it's going to be a real test coming up now in Miami, healthy or not, against that Dolphins team.
Matt Milano left with a stinger. Micah Hyde with a neck injury. Jordan Phillips, a hamstring. They were already, and then obviously the Dane Jackson one. Micah seemed like a stinger, kind of like what they said with Milano. A lot of squeezing of the hands. Yeah. He was able to roll over. I don't know if one of those ones where it's almost like you get hit and you go numb, like things go numb for a second and you're kind of scared. Micah was kind of like, I also hate that one when they're wiggling around, where they're kind of like, he's moving his leg like, this really, and then you have Poyer, and like I said, to hear Sean McDermott talk about seeing Dane, and he said he got to talk to him at halftime and things like that, just a scary thing because Sean did say, football's important, we want to win. It's tough.
Yeah.
And Poyer said it was a weird game. You asked him, and he said it was weird.
Yeah.
Injury on the first play, injury on like the third play. Ambulance. It was weird.
Yeah, it was. I will say this. I have not seen the Bills this banged up since Sean McDermott's been the head coach. I mean, you come into this game without Settle and without Ed Oliver and without Gabe Davis. I mean, those guys are out. Now, they're hopeful maybe to be back. We don't know. Again, we'll know more as the week goes on, but it is a short week against the Dolphins. That game's going to be fun one way or the other. I got to tell you, the Dolphins got a lot going for them. But there's nothing better in the NFL right now than Allen to Diggs.
Nothing. Yeah. And this offense is – and I tweeted out a picture on the first Stephon Diggs touchdown. Allen's in the background of Diggs celebrating. And I said the tweet was, who is having more fun than Josh Allen? And the answer is nobody.
Yeah.
And
what's the little move he had at the end?
I don't – oh, yeah, a little finger gun, putting it in his holster. And, Mike, I'm just saying – we talk about how Jordan Poyer said how the game has slowed down for him defensively. He understands this defense. He's been a part of it for 5 years. Josh Allen's playing on rookie mode, on rookie mode on Madden. Like he's playing a video game. My friends are texting me going, "It looks too easy. Football looks too easy to Josh Allen right now."
Yeah, I will say this team does have the right attitude, and God, they believe it. they believe this is just another game until the next one. So they need to keep that mentality because it's going to get tough.
Yep.
I mean, you got Miami, you got Baltimore, you got Pittsburgh, all these games are coming up, but that's for down the line. What they did today, again in front of a national TV audience, will show everybody why they are the favorite to go to and win the Super Bowl this year. That's what we're going to have to wait a little while to see, but a big win for them here. All right, that's going to do it for Dan and I right now. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we appreciate you being with us here on the Buffalo Plus channel on YouTube.